Liam, a 25-year-old with determined eyes, stood on the bustling sidewalk of the city, selling cigarettes from a small, makeshift stall. His worn-out sneakers shuffled on the cracked pavement as he handed a pack to a hurried passerby, pocketing the few coins with a nod of thanks. Every morning, he set up his stall at dawn, arranging the cigarette packs neatly, knowing each sale brought him a step closer to his goal. The city's chaos swirled around him, honking cars, chattering crowds, and the ever-present hum of urban life. Despite the noise, Liam remained focused, his thoughts anchored to his dream of becoming an Air Force pilot. Liam's parents had passed away when he was young, leaving him to fend for himself. He had juggled multiple jobs, but selling cigarettes had become his steady income source. Each coin he earned was saved meticulously, funding his night classes at the local community college. On this particular day, a regular customer, Mr. Thompson, stopped by. He was a retired military officer with a soft spot for Liam. As he bought his usual pack, he noticed the weariness in Liam's eyes. "How's school going, son?" Mr. Thompson asked, his voice gruff but kind. Liam smiled, a glimmer of hope in his eyes. "It's tough, but I'm getting there. Just a few more semesters and I can apply to the Air Force Academy." Mr. Thompson nodded, his respect for the young man growing. "Keep at it, Liam. You've got the heart of a fighter." As the day turned to dusk, Liam packed up his stall, counting the day's earnings. Exhausted but resolute, he headed to his night class, where he studied aerodynamics and aviation history with unwavering dedication. Late at night, after classes, Liam would often lie on his thin mattress, staring at the ceiling of his small apartment. He imagined himself in the cockpit of a jet fighter, the city lights below him like a sea of stars. The thought of soaring through the skies, defending his country, and making a difference kept him going. Each cigarette sold, each class attended, was a step towards his dream. Liam knew that one day, his hard work would pay off, and he would trade his worn-out sneakers for a pair of sturdy military boots, ready to take on the skies. Liam stood tall in his crisp uniform, the emblem of the Air Force gleaming on his chest. He had completed his aerodynamics and aviation training at the military base, his hard work and perseverance paying off. The rigorous months of training, both in the classroom and in the cockpit, had honed his skills and transformed him into a capable pilot. Now, he was ready for his first assignment. He was stationed at a nearby military base, not far from the bustling city where he had once sold cigarettes to fund his education. The base was abuzz with activity, jets taking off and landing, soldiers marching, and officers planning missions. Liam felt a sense of pride and responsibility as he walked through the base, his head held high. One day, his commanding officer called for a briefing. Liam and his fellow troops gathered in the operations room, the atmosphere tense and serious. The officer outlined their mission, a highly confidential task to suppress a group of terrorists who had been conducting attacks in various urbanized cities. The terrorists were hiding in a mountainous island, using the rugged terrain to their advantage. Liam listened intently, his heart pounding with a mix of excitement and determination. This was what he had trained for, a chance to make a real difference and protect his country from those who sought to harm it. The mission was meticulously planned. Liam and his squadron would provide air support while ground troops moved in to neutralize the terrorists. The operation required precision, coordination, and bravery. As dawn broke, the team prepared for departure. Liam climbed into his jet, the cockpit familiar and comforting. He went through his pre-flight checks, his mind focused and clear. The roar of the engine filled his ears as he took off, the ground falling away beneath him. Flying over the mountainous island, Liam's eyes scanned the terrain. He relayed coordinates to the ground troops, guiding them to the enemy's hideout. The operation unfolded with precision, the air and ground forces working in unison. Suddenly, anti-aircraft fire erupted from below. Liam's training kicked in, his hands steady on the controls as he maneuvered to avoid the barrage. He called out positions to his fellow pilots, coordinating a counterattack that silenced the enemy's guns. On the ground, the troops moved swiftly, engaging the terrorists in intense combat. Liam provided air cover, his jet circling above, ready to strike if needed. The battle was fierce, but the soldiers' resolve was unbreakable. Hours later, the mission was declared a success. The terrorists were subdued, their stronghold dismantled. Liam's heart swelled with pride as he landed his jet back at the base, greeted by cheers and congratulations from his comrades. That night, Liam sat in his quarters, reflecting on the day's events. He thought about the journey that had brought him here, from selling cigarettes on the city sidewalk to flying missions for the Air Force. His journey had been one of perseverance and dedication, from the streets of the city to the cockpit of a fighter jet, and now to the ranks of high command in the Air Force. Liam knew there would be more challenges ahead, but with his comrades by his side and the unwavering support of his country, he was ready to face whatever came next. As he rejoined the celebration, the weight of his new responsibilities settled on his shoulders. Yet, with it came a sense of purpose and a renewed commitment to protect and serve. For Liam, the dream had only just begun. Thank you for watching. Please like, share, and subscribe to help my YouTube channel shine better.